Hello everybody, I'm Joey Trombley along with Sam Castine here. We're in the Chazy Auditorium tonight. It's December 21st, 2007. The first day of winter, and it's definitely the first day of winter with about 2 feet of snow outside. It's a nice night tonight, but we do have snow here for the holidays this year. And speaking of the holidays, this is the Chazy Holiday Tournament. The earlier game, it was Northeastern Clinton beating Seton Catholic 62-32. And in the second game, the nightcap, it's Chazy against Northern Adirondack. Chazy comes into this game. They played last week and they went down to Westport and had a rough night of it. They lost 50-18 down to Westport, but they're looking to rebound here in the holiday tournament as they are playing Northern Adirondack. And a nice move by Kyle Reynolds in the paint to give Chazy a 2-0 lead here in the first minute of this game. Right now it's number 11, Brassard with the ball, trying to get it over to Patterson. Patterson with the ball. Chazy is into their man-to-man defense, and it is NAC into their motion offense. And right now it is number 11, Brassard, getting it inside to the big guy, Tyler Smith. And Barry Norton says a foul on Kyle Reynolds, and it'll be Northern Adirondack's ball down below. And it is number 15, Fiveson, taking the ball out to the corner to number 21, Peterson, and the ball is taken away by Valigi. Valigi running the court, and nice fast break play by Chris Valigi, and Chazy jumps ahead 4-0. And bringing the ball up is Tyler Brassard for Northern Adirondack. Brassard gets it over to Smith. Tyler Smith back over to Fiveson. Fiveson goes underneath. Nice feed inside to number 21, Patterson, but good defense by Joey Bradley. Rebounded by Bradley over to Reynolds. Back to Chris Valigi. Chris Valigi working his way to midcourt. Crosses midcourt. To the right he has Trombley. He finds Trombley. Trombley being challenged. Pushes it over to Andrew Lapierre. Lapierre drives to the basket. Nice shot. Rebound by Bradley. Bradley making a nice move into the paint, pushes it out to Trombley. Trombley trying to gain control, bounces it over to Reynolds. Reynolds near the center line, back over to Trombley, who goes down low over to Bradley, and Bradley couldn't handle the pass by Trombley, out of bounds, and the ball will go to Northern Adirondack. And there's a 30-second timeout by Northern Adirondack. We have 6 minutes and 7 seconds. We're early here in the first quarter. Chazy with a 4-0 lead. And we're back from the timeout. There's about 6 minutes here in the first quarter. And Brassard bringing the ball up for Northern Adirondack. He's looking around, looking to go underneath, but he goes right side over to Patterson. Patterson goes baseline. And it would have been travel on number 10, Smith. Tyler Smith loses the ball, and it will go out of bounds to the Eagles. And it will be Andrew Lapierre taking the ball out. We'll get to Chris Valigi. Now they're looking at the press. Trombley gets the ball over to Reynolds. Reynolds will take it across the line. Good break by the Eagles. In Westport, they had a hard time against the press, and first chance tonight, they do break it. So a nice break for the Eagles here to break that man-to-man press by the Bobcats. Right now it's Reynolds with the ball. Sends a bad pass over to Lapierre. Lapierre had no chance on that. The ball goes out of bounds, and it will go over to Northern Adirondack with number 15, Fiveson, taking the ball out, pushing it out to Brassard. Brassard is the playmaker for the Bobcats. He goes right side to Smith. Ball goes in. It's controlled by Reynolds. Reynolds steals the ball, gives it up to Trombley. Trombley working his way to midcourt. He has Valigi to his left. He gets it over to Valigi. Valigi has Reynolds to his left, Joey Bradley underneath, along with Andrew Lapierre, and Trombley to his right. And the ball goes to Trombley. Trombley works baseline over to Joey Bradley. And nice feed from Trombley to Bradley. And it's 6-0 the Eagles here. The last home game was against Keene, and Chazy won that game. And home court is working in their favor right now here in the first quarter with a 6-0 lead. And it is Fiverson loses the ball, and it goes over to Lapierre, back over to Chris Valigi. Valigi working his way to the midcourt. He crosses center line here, and it's man-to-man defense by the Bobcats. Ball over to Reynolds. Reynolds goes low, right side over to Valigi. Valigi looking to penetrate, and he'll give it back up over to Trombley at the three-point line. Trombley goes inside to Lapierre. Lapierre goes up hard, and he's fouled. And he's fouled by number 14, Tyler Drake. And Andrew Lapierre will go to the line for two to try to increase the 6-0 Chazy lead to 8 points. And Lapeer is good on the first one, and it's a 7-0 Chazy lead. Number 12, Varon checking into the game, as well as number 24, Nick LaValle. And Lapeer misses a second one, and the rebound goes to the Bobcats as number 24, LaValle, just checking in, pushes it up to number 10, Smith. Smith will slow things down, and he sets up into the offense, tries to go right side. The ball knocked away by Chris Villigi, and it will be Northern Adirondack ball on the side with number 24, Nick LaValle, taking the ball out for the Bobcats. We're 4 minutes and 19 seconds here in the first quarter. Chazy with a 7-0 lead, and number 21 going up for the shot. Nice play by number 21, Pete Patterson, and then gets the NAC on the board for the first time today with a 7-2 Chazy lead. It is Villigi over to Lapeer. Lapeer to Bradley. Bradley squares up. He shoots, and nice hustle by Trombley to try to save it, but it goes out of bounds on the sideline, and the ball will go back to Northern Adirondack, with LaValle taking the ball out over to number 11, Brassard. Brassard coming up. He has number 10 to his left, Smith, but it goes out to number 24, LaValle. Rebound by Joey Bradley, and it's Trombley taking the ball up for the Eagles. Trombley trying to find somebody. He finds Villigi, back to Trombley. Trombley goes over to Lapeer. Lapeer into the paint over to Kyle Reynolds. Reynolds goes hard off the boards. Rebound by Lapeer. Good rebound by Lapeer, but picked up by number 12, Varon. Varon gives it up to Brassard. Brassard running the court, and he will regain control. And he lets the shot go up. It's short. Should go out of bounds. It does. And the ball will go back to the Eagles. We are 3 minutes and 20 seconds here in the first quarter. Chazy with a 7-2 lead. It is the 21st of December here at the holiday tournament in Chazy, between Chazy and Northern Adirondack. Again, I'm Joey Trombley, and on the camera is Sam Castine for Hometown Cable. Ball goes into the Bobcats. Big move by number 12. Good rebound by number 21, Patterson. And he is fouled by Chris Villigi. And Pete Patterson will go to the line for 2 for the Bobcats. Patterson gets the roll, and it's now 7-3. 3 straight points for the Bobcats. And Patterson nothing but net on the second free throw at 7-4. Here's the full court press. Trombley back over to Lapeer, and the ball's taken away and controlled by the Bobcats. The press worked that time for the Bobcats, and the ball goes baseline. And number 10, Smith, stepped on the line, out of bounds. Ball will go back to the Eagles. They're setting up for the full court press, and Coach Bernard wants a timeout. I'm sure he's going to be talking about how to break this press, as they struggled the other night against it. And we're at a timeout here at 3 minutes and 1 second here in the first quarter. Chazy with a 7-4 lead. And we're back from the timeout. It's Lapeer. Pick is set. He's going all the way down, trying to find Reynolds. Reynolds tried to get to it, but it's taken by number 10, Smith. And again, Chazy turns the ball over on the full court press, controlled by the Bobcats. Out to 21, Patterson tries to go underneath. Stolen by Bradley over to Trombley. Trombley slowing things up, gives it over to Villigi. Villigi crossing center court here. And it's man-to-man by the Bobcats. Trombley has the ball, pushes it over to Villigi. Villigi back over to Lapeer. Lapeer into the paint, trying to get a shot off, goes over to Villigi. Villigi trying to get over to Bradley. And good hustle by number 12, Varon, but the ball will go back to the Cougars here in the first quarter. Cougars with a 7-4 lead. Trombley taking the ball out for the Eagles, inside to Reynolds, back to Villigi. Villigi with the ball. gives up the dribble right side over to Reynolds. And Chazy turns it over on a shot clock violation. And it'll be NAC ball. And the bench for Chazy should be watching that 10-second violation on the shot clock to let the player know what's going on. Turnover for the Eagles. Right now, Varon with the ball, pushes it back over to LaValle. LaValle going baseline, but he's stopped by Lapierre. Ball knocked away, picked up by Bradley. Over to Trombley. Trombley over to Valigi. Valigi with the ball. Crosses center court, being challenged by LaValle. It's Valigi with the ball. Picked by Reynolds. Valigi trying to do something with it. Gets it over to Lapierre. Lapierre throws it away, but picked up by Reynolds. Reynolds back over to Trombley. Trombley going to the paint. Back to Valigi over to Lapierre. Lapierre into the paint. He loses it. Picked up by number 24, LaValle. LaValle will run the court. And LaValle loses it out of bounds. And it goes off of Lapierre, and it will be NAC ball. With number 10, Smith taking the ball in. He gets it into 21, Patterson. He squares up. Shot miss. Rebound by Reynolds. Reynolds with the ball, loses his dribble. Gets it over to Trombley. Trombley over to Valigi. Valigi with the ball. Crosses center court. Trombley to the left. Reynolds to his right. Reynolds over to Trombley, top of the key, left side to Valigi. Valigi being challenged by LaValle, back over to Reynolds. Reynolds working his way into the paint, has it knocked away, recovers it, and good play by Kyle Reynolds, going in hard, and Chazy with a 9-4 lead here, under a minute here in the first quarter, and it goes right side to LaValle. LaValle looking to square up, has it knocked away, picked up by Trombley, and good hustle by LaValle, knocking it over to number 13 to Ben LaValle. LaValle gets it over to number 10, Smith. Smith with the ball, 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Chazy with a 9-4 lead, squares up, number 13 squares up, he gets the roll. Ben LaValle cuts the deficit down to 3. Chazy with a 3-point lead. Trombley over to Valigi. Valigi crosses center court. Pushes it over to Trombley to the left side. Trombley inside to Bradley. Bradley has it knocked away, picked up by Lapierre, back to Trombley. Trombley pushes it over to Reynolds. Reynolds squares up for a 3. He misses it. Rebound by Lapierre. Lapierre goes up. And Bradley goes up with the rebound. Again, Bradley with the rebound again. Squares up again. He misses it, and good hustle by the Eagles here in the waning seconds of the first quarter. The first quarter does come to an end here in Chazy. The Eagles leading the Bobcats 9-6. Lapierre throws the ball away, and it's picked up by number 12, Varon. Varon gets it up over to number 13, LaValle. LaValle gets it over to Smith, and we have a jump ball right now, and the arrow favors the Bobcats. And it will be Smith, Tyler Smith, taking the ball out for the Bobcats underneath the Chazy net. And he gets it to Fiveson. Fiveson pushes it up over to Brassard. Nice ball movement by the Bobcats. Goes inside to number 13, Ben LaValle. Gives it up to number 12, Varon. Varon misses. Rebound by Reynolds. And Reynolds gives it up over to Valigi. Valigi with the ball, working his way to midcourt, being challenged by number 11, Brassard. He pushes it out right side over to Reynolds, over to Lapierre. Lapierre gets it over to Valigi. Valigi squares up. He misses. Rebound goes back to Valigi. Gives it up to Trombley. Trombley takes a shot. He misses. Rebound Bradley. And good rebound by Bradley. He goes off the boards, and Chazy increases the lead to 11-6. 7 minutes here in the second quarter. Chazy with a 5-point lead here at the Holiday Tournament here in Chazy. Shot up, rebound by Fiveson. Fiveson getting it inside to number 10. And Reynolds comes over to block it, but he'll be called for the foul. And actually, I think he said 23. It might have been Joey Bradley called for the foul. And going to the line is Tyler Smith.
I thought it was Reynolds.
And he gets a roll. Sam, there's one thing I've noticed. These rims are very forgiving here in Chazy.
Yeah, they do bounce easy. Eh?
And he gets the second one. It's 11-8. The press is on. Valigi gets the ball. Valigi pass it up over to Lapierre. Lapierre bounce over to Ben Baker. Back to Lapierre. Lapierre trying to get past center court. 10 seconds. And again, the press from the Bobcats hurting the Eagles, and they turn it over again on the press. And it's an 11-8 Chazy lead with 6 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the first half. Broussard with the ball for the Bobcats. Broussard goes left side over to Smith. Smith goes top of the key over to LaValle. Shots up. Rebound by Ben Baker. Over to Valigi. Valigi trying to control. And ball goes off the Bobcats, and it will go to Chazy. And Chazy will take it out underneath the Bobcat net here with 6 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the second quarter. And it is Reynolds getting the ball into Valigi. Valigi squares up. He misses. Rebound Bradley. Bradley around the basket. Nice soft hands. And Joey Bradley nails the bucket. It's 13-8 Chazy. And here come the Bobcats with Broussard. Broussard goes right side over number 10, LaValle. Lets the shot go. Rebound by Reynolds. Reynolds with the ball will dribble it up. He gives up to Ben Baker. Ben Baker pushed up over to Joey Bradley. Bradley over to Lapierre, and Lapierre off the glass. Nice ball movement by the Eagles. They broke the press, and it was Bradley over to Lapierre. It's 15-8 for Chazy. On the left side here is Smith. Smith tries to go underside to Fife. And there is a travel called. And the ball will go to Chazy with Lapierre taking the ball out. Here comes a full court press again from the Bobcats. And it is Reynolds gets the ball. He goes in hard, and good rebound by 21 Patterson, and he gives it up over to number 10 Tyler Smith. Smith taking it up for the Bobcats, crosses center court, and it's going to the right side over to 24 LaValle. Shot up, rebound by number 21. Nice hustle actually by 24 LaValle to get his own rebound. It's 15-10. Here goes four-court press out to Lapierre. Lapierre overthrows Joey Bradley, and it's a turnover for the Eagles, and the ball will go back to the Bobcats with 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Perry Latchmore into the game, and out comes Andrew Lapierre. Number 11, Tyler Broussard with the ball. Goes out to inside to number 21, Patterson. Squares up, he nails the bucket. It's 15-12. Latchmore gets it to Ben Baker. Ben Baker pushed over to Chris Valigi. And it's Valigi trying to slow things up. He does. Valigi with the ball has Ben Baker to his left. He gets Baker. Baker comes back to the top of the key to Reynolds. Right side of Valigi. Valigi throws the ball away, and it's another turnover for the Eagles, and the ball will go over to the Bobcats. Chazy with a 15-12 lead with 4 minutes and 42 seconds here in the second quarter, and it is Broussard taking the ball up for the Bobcats. Ball goes to number 10, Smith. Smith over to Patterson. Patterson has it knocked away, picked up by Valigi. Valigi will take it up the court, being guarded by Broussard. He throws the ball away, or actually saved by Baker, and Baker throws the ball away, and it will be another turnover for the Eagles, and NAC will take the ball out. 4 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's a 15-12 Chazy lead, and we're looking at Broussard with the ball. He goes right side over to LaValle. LaValle has it knocked away, picked up by Latchmore over to Ben Baker. Ben Baker with the ball, gives it up to Valigi. Valigi looking around. Movement over to Baker on the left side, down to Latchmore. Latchmore gets it over to Kyle Reynolds. Reynolds throws the ball away, and it's picked up by number 24, LaValle. LaValle going all the way, and LaValle misses it. Rebound by Ben Baker. Baker with the ball, slowing things up. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds inside to Bradley. Bradley squares up, doesn't get the roll. And nice play by Fyveson. Gets it over to number 21 Patterson, who gets it out over to Brassard. Brassard goes back over to Tyler Smith. Smith squares up, rebound by Latchmore. And it's knocked out by number 21 Patterson. And Chazy will take the ball out, with Latchmore taking the ball out for the Eagles. And NAC going into their full court press. Ball goes into Valigi. And Valigi being guarded by number 13, Ben LaValle. Valigi crosses center court, breaks the press over to Reynolds, out to Latchmore. Latchmore with the ball, has it stolen, and it's picked up by the Bobcats, number 11, Brassard. Brassard has it knocked away, picked up by Ben LaValle, or actually by number 10, Tyler Smith. Out to Fyveson, inside to Ben LaValle, and Valigi knocks it out to Ben Baker, and Baker would be fouled. Foul goes against Pete Patterson of the Bobcats. Chazy with a 15-12 lead here. 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the second quarter. And it'll be Latchmore taking it out for the Eagles underneath their own net. NAC into their full court press. And the ball goes over to Baker, and Baker will cross. And another turnover by the Eagles, and they got to have at least a dozen turnovers here in the first half. And the ball goes back to the Bobcats. And with that many turnovers, Sam, it's surprising they have a 3-point lead.
That's what's surprising. NAC just isn't hitting.
Yeah.
Chazy's lucky.
To have that many turnovers and still be leading by 3. There's 2 minutes and 53 seconds here, and we're at a timeout, and we'll be back in the break. And we're back from the timeout. It is Brassard. He goes over to Smith. Smith goes to Fyveson. Out to 21 Patterson. He has it knocked away by Ben Baker. Pushes it up to Trombley. Trombley goes up. He misses it. Rebound by the Bobcats, number 13. That was a soft foul. A foul called on Joey Bradley. But it will be NAC ball underneath. 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the second quarter, and it is number 10 Smith with the ball for the Bobcats. Smith goes right side. Ball comes back over to Brassard. Chazy now into a 2-3 zone. And inside number 13, LaValle goes off the glass. Ben LaValle brings NAC to within a point. And Latchmore with the ball over to Joey Bradley, out to Trombley, and Trombley trying to run the court, slowing things up over to Ben Baker, over to LaValle, or to Reynolds. Reynolds over to Ben Baker. Baker pushes it down low to Latchmore. Latchmore over to Ben Baker, back to Trombley, over to Reynolds. Reynolds with the ball inside to Bradley, ball stolen, and another turnover by the Eagles. Patterson with it, gives it up over to Ben LaValle. LaValle gives it up over to Patterson. Patterson down, goes to the baseline to number 10, Smith. And the ball goes off the legs. It is out of bounds. The ball went off Patterson, then off number 11, Brassard. And it will be Chazy ball. They're leading 15-14 with a minute 35 in the second quarter. And it is Trombley taking the ball out for the Eagles. Ben Baker with the ball. Out over to Trombley. Trombley over to Kyle Reynolds. Reynolds going in hard, and nice move by Kyle Reynolds, and he increases the Chazy lead to 3 points with a minute 20 to go. But here comes number 10, Tyler Smith. Smith throws it down to LaValle, and it's controlled by Latchmore, and he gives it over to Reynolds. Reynolds with the ball will take it up. He'll be guarded by number 10, Smith. Reynolds crosses center court over to Trombley. Trombley pushed it over to Bradley, over the right side to Ben Baker. Ben Baker squares up. He takes a shot. Rebound by number 21, Patterson. And here comes Patterson running the court over to LaValle. LaValle lets the shot go, and he hits again. LaValle's had the hot hand for the Bobcats in the first half. Ben Baker with the ball. Full court pressure. Trombley back over to Ben Baker. And Baker will cross center court over to Trombley. Trombley tried to find Reynolds, and it's another turnover by the Eagles, and it's Northern Adirondack coming down with 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. A chance to take the first lead of the game for the Bobcats as they trail by 1. It is Patterson. Patterson being guarded by Reynolds, and it goes out over to Brassard inside to Fyveson. Pushes it up. It's Trombley pushing the court. Trombley goes in hard, and nice play by Galen Trombley to finish off the fast break. It's 19-16 Chazy. And here comes Brassard with 7 seconds to go here in the first half. And the shot, number 10 lets the shot go, misses it. And the first half comes to an end here. A very scrappy, sloppy first half here at the holiday tournament between Northern Adirondack and Chazy. But Chazy will go into the locker room with a 3-point lead as they lead 19-16. And we're back to start the third quarter. Chazy with a 19-16 lead at the half. And right now it's Smith with the ball. Ball stolen by Valigi. Out to Tremblay, and good finish by Galen Tremblay, and he increases the Chazy lead to 5, 21-16. And this second half, Chazy's got to do a much better job controlling the ball. They had too many turnovers in the first half, and it is a nice bucket by number 21 Patterson. They will go in the full court press. Out to Tremblay, over to Joey Bradley. Bradley breaks the press, back to Valigi. Valigi squares up. He misses, and rebound by Fivison. Fivison will take it up himself. and he crosses center court, and he could have got called on a carry there, but it goes out to number 24, misses, and LaValle with his rebound, misses again, rebound by Reynolds. Nice rebound by Reynolds, gives it up over to Chris Valigi, and Valigi will bring it up for the Eagles here. We've gone 1 minute into the third quarter. Chazy with a 3-point lead, and it's out to Trombley on the left side. Trombley on the left side gets it into Lapierre. Lapierre back out to Valigi, and the ball goes to Trombley, and he's lucky it went over, hit the referee. Valigi with the ball out to Bradley. Bradley squares up from baseline, and rebound by number 10, Smith. Smith running the court trying to find Ben LaValle. He does, pushes it back over to LaValle. LaValle to LaValle. Ben LaValle shoots, and he only gets 2 on that one. It's 21-20. Chazy by 1. Lapierre gets it out to Valigi. Valigi taking the ball up. He has 3 people on him, and he throws it away. Another turnover for the Eagles. And NAC turns it over. And Chazy's got to tighten up here and not turn the ball over as much as they did in the first half, and they're starting to turn it over here in the second half. And it is Trombley getting it over to Valigi. Valigi trying to get over to Lapierre. He does. They break the press here. Bounce over to Joey Bradley. Bradley goes up, misses the shot. Rebound by Fiveson, and he's fouled by Lapierre. And it'll be NAC ball out on the side. 6 minutes and 11 seconds in the third quarter. Chazy leading Northern Adirondack 21-20. Fiveson taking the ball out for the Bobcats. He gets it out to Tyler Smith. Smith with the ball. On the right side he has Ben LaValle. He gets Ben LaValle. He squares up for 3. And NAC has their first lead of the game as a lead, 23-21. Lapierre out to Trombley. Trombley over to Bradley. Out to Reynolds. Reynolds slowing it up. And he'll now take it to the hoop. Reynolds gives it up to Trombley. And Trombley goes baseline. Nice feed from Reynolds to Trombley. And Trombley ties the game. It's 23-all. 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Tyler Smith with the ball goes back over to number 13, Ben LaValle. LaValle with the ball going low over to 21, Patterson. He squares up, and rebound by Reynolds. Reynolds gives it up over to Lapierre, back over to Valigi. Valigi crosses center court over to Reynolds. Reynolds gives up his dribble, gets Trombley back over to Valigi. Valigi gives it up to Trombley. Trombley being challenged by Ben LaValle over to Chris Valigi. 14 on the shot clock, out to Lapierre. Lapierre trying to work his way in, and a foul will be called on Fiveson. And it'll be Chazy ball on the side. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dan, 10 on the shot clock. Oh, okay. And it is Reynolds with the ball out to Lapierre. Lapierre out to Trombley. Trombley over to Bradley. Bradley working hard inside, pushes it back to Lapierre. Lapierre off the glass, misses it. Good rebound by Fiveson, and Andrew Lapierre over the back will be called for the foul. 2 quick fouls on Lapierre here in the third quarter. We're tied at 23s. NAC taking the ball out underneath their own basket here. Fiveson taking the ball out. Number 11, Brassard coming into the game. LaValle coming out for NAC. And it will be Smith taking the ball up for the Bobcats. Smith taking it over center court. Smith at the top of the key, being guarded by Trombley. Chazy actually is kind of in their 2-3 zone. Fiveson with the ball. Ball almost stolen by Trombley. Brassard goes left side. Good look by number 10, Smith. Smith shoots it up. The rebound goes to Trombley. Trombley gives it up over to Reynolds, who gives it up over to Valigi. Valigi will take the ball up for the Eagles. He's being guarded by number 24, LaValle. Chris Valigi with the ball, trying to control. And ball goes off of the Eagles, and Chris Valigi trying to dribble through a couple guys, had the ball knocked away, and it goes to NAC with 4 minutes and 25 seconds. It is Brassard getting the ball over to Fiveson. Fiveson gives it back over to Brassard. Brassard with the ball, goes right side, ball down into Fiveson. Fiveson goes up, and Joey Bradley went up. And the foul goes to, they said 2-0. That looked like it went on, did he call that on Lapierre?
It's 2-0, yeah.
If that's the case, that's 3 fouls here in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter for Andrew Lapierre. And Latchmore getting ready to check in. So I got to believe Lapierre's coming out of the game, picking up 3 quick fouls here in the third quarter. And NAC grabs back the lead. They go up 24-23. And Fyverson will square up for his second shot here on the 2-shot foul. He misses it, and the rebound will go to Latchmore. Latchmore just checking into the game. And it goes off an NAC player, and it will be Latchmore taking the ball out for the Eagles. Latchmore gets it over to Valigi. Valigi back to Latchmore, over to there. Nice ball movement by the Eagles. Reynolds goes in, and the way to break the press for the Eagles, and they get a quick basket, and they retake the lead 25-24. This game has been going back and forth here in the third quarter, and NAC grabs back the lead on a basket by Brassard, and now it's 26-25. Trombley with the ball, trying to get to Kyle Reynolds. That ball was taken away. And it will be a frustration foul on Kyle Reynolds, and the ball will go back to the Bobcats. And it will be number 10, Tyler Smith, taking the ball out for the Bobcats. 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Fyverson with the ball. And he goes inside to 21, Patterson. Patterson tried to find number 10, Tyler Smith. And NAC will set up into the press. And it is Latchmore. And there's a warning. Nick LaValle got way too close, so they get a warning on that. And Valigi with the ball, back over to Latchmore, over to Bradley, over to Reynolds. Reynolds squares up, and Reynolds again in the paint, makes the bucket. Chazy regains the lead, 27-26 here in the third quarter. We're just approaching the 3-minute mark. Chazy with a 1-point lead, stolen by Reynolds. Ball goes to Latchmore, gives it up to Valigi. Valigi with the ball will slow things up here for the Eagles, picked by Reynolds. And it's Valigi over to Reynolds. Reynolds being challenged. Out to Bradley. Bradley goes into the paint. And Bradley is fouled by Tyler Brassard. And underneath for the Eagles, Reynolds taking the ball out for the Eagles. Reynolds gets it all the way out to Trombley. And Trombley throws that ball away. Another turnover for the Eagles. And it will be NAC ball. Chazy leading 27-26. We're at 2 minutes and 43 seconds here in the third quarter. And number 10, Tyler Smith with the ball for the Bobcats. He tries to go right side, stolen by Valigi, and Valigi cannot control it. Out of bounds, and it'll go back to NAC. And it will be Fyverson taking it out for the Bobcats. He'll get it over to Tyler Smith. Smith taking the ball up for the Bobcats, crosses center court. Left side he has LaValle inside to Fyverson. Fyverson in the paint. And nice move by Fyverson. He makes the bucket, and NAC regains the lead, 28-27. Trombley out over to Valigi. Valigi over to Latchmore. Latchmore over to, and nice playing, nice ball movement. It was Bradley over to Kyle Reynolds. And the last 3 breaks that the Eagles have broke on the press, it's been Kyle Reynolds finishing off the plays, and Chazy back with that 1-point lead. LaValle double team, but he comes away with it, and he gets it out to Patterson. Patterson into the paint, squares up, and loose ball goes out to Ben LaValle. He makes the bucket, and NAC regains the lead, 30-29. Latchmore over to Trombley. Trombley down to Reynolds. Here comes Reynolds, slowing things up. He gets it out to Trombley. Trombley at the top of the key, gets it inside to Latchmore. Latchmore goes up off the glass, and it is Joey Bradley goes up. He misses, rebound by Patterson, and the ball comes out to number 13, Ben LaValle. LaValle running the floor. He squares up, and the rebound goes. Nice play by LaValle to get his rebound, and NAC has the biggest lead of the night for them, 32-29, with 1:14 to go here in the third quarter. Trombley over to Bradley, and Chazy doing a better job breaking the press. And that would have been a travel on Chris Valigi, turnover for the Eagles. with 1:08 to go here in the third quarter. NAC with a 3-point lead, trying to increase that lead to 5 as Tyler Smith takes the ball up for the Bobcats. Smith goes left side over to Nick LaValle. LaValle with the ball goes right side over to Tyler Smith. Smith to Patterson, back to Smith. Ball inside to Fivison. He has it, being guarded by Latchmore, off Peterson. Peterson controls, he's baseline. Peterson squares up, rebound by Reynolds. Reynolds, no foul called. And it looks like the ball will go to the Eagles. And Ben Baker checking into the game. Chris Valigi coming out for the Eagles. 32-29. Eagles trailing by 3 to the Bobcats. And again, the Bobcats are in a full court press. And Latchmore turns it over, and it goes over to the Bobcats. And the Bobcats taking the ball in. Smith gets it to Fivison. He gets it over to LaValle. LaValle back to Fivison, being guarded by Latchmore. And good ball movement by the Bobcats. Inside, it looks like Barron. Barron goes up, and he'll be called for the foul. He'll get 2 shots out of this. 23, Joey Bradley called for the foul. 26.4 seconds to go, 32-29 for the Bobcats. And number 12, Barron. Misses the first shot, and he'll square up for the second one. Northern Adirondack with a 3-point lead. They were down by 3 at the half and have outscored the Eagles 6 points here in the third quarter to grab a 3-point lead. And Barron misses that one, rebound by Bradley. Bradley gives it up to Latchmore. Latchmore with the ball, gives it up to Trombley. Trombley pushes it over to Reynolds. Reynolds back to Trombley. Trombley trying to find Bradley. And saved by the Bobcats. And Barron with the ball, pushing it up. Reynolds, nice steal by Reynolds. Over to Ben Baker, but it goes over to Latchmore. Latchmore with the ball. And the buzzer goes off, and the third quarter comes to an end. Northern Adirondack with a 32-29 lead. Fourth quarter, Trombley gets it to Baker, and Baker sends it down to Bradley. Bradley down baseline, inside to Trombley. Trombley into the paint. Trombley being challenged. Trombley, good hustle by Trombley to recover the ball. Trombley into Latchmore. Latchmore over to Bradley. Bradley squares up. He misses it. Rebound by Fivison. Fivison with the ball. Gets it out over to 24, LaValle. Nick LaValle taking it up for the Bobcats. Crosses the center court. He goes, fakes the left side, goes the left side over to LaValle. Ben LaValle. And Ben LaValle hits a 3-pointer. He's fouled by Trombley. And a chance for a rare 4-point play here. And NAC with a 6-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Rebound. It will go to the Cougars. Joey Bradley will set up for the inbounds play here. It will be Lapierre getting it out over to Chris Valigi, out to Reynolds. Reynolds crossing center court. All the way over to Trombley. Trombley squares up. Trombley in and out over to Reynolds. Reynolds gets the rebound. makes the bucket. It's 35-31. Fifield gives it up to LaValle, back to Fifield, over to Smith. Chazy in the 2-3 zone, and it goes right side, and the ball is kicked off at Tremblay, and it will be NAC ball on the side. 6 minutes and 51 seconds here in the holiday tournament between Northern Adirondack and Chazy, the 21st of December 2007, the first day of winter. And it is LaValle taking the shot up, and rebounded by Bradley over to Tremblay. Tremblay trying to get it over to Valigi. Ball knocked away, and here comes Tyler Smith. Smith with the ball, slowing things up here. Chazy now back into a man-to-man defense. Out to Fiveson. He squares up. Fiveson misses it. Rebound will go to Lapierre. Lapierre gives it up over to Reynolds. Reynolds with the ball, back over to Lapierre. Lapierre to Tremblay. Tremblay pushes it out over to Chris Valigi. Valigi over to Reynolds. Reynolds in the paint over to Lapierre, off Lapierre's hands, and it is Valigi with the ball, and it's stolen by number 10, Smith. Smith goes up hard, and he's fouled by Valigi, and he'll go to the line for two. 35-31 Northern Adirondack with a chance to increase their lead with number 10 Tyler Smith going to the line. We have exactly 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And Smith misses the first shot of his two-shot free throw. Misses the second. Rebound by Lapierre over to Valigi. Valigi with the ball. Out to Tremblay. Tremblay pushed over to Bradley. Bradley underneath to Lapierre, but good hustle by Tyler Smith to knock it out of bounds. Chazy ball underneath with Reynolds taking the ball out for the Eagles. Ball out to Lapierre. And good play by Fiveson. Lapierre over to Tremblay. Tremblay trying to find Valigi. And it was a kick on the Bobcats. It'll be Chazy ball on the corner here on the sideline. Tremblay trying to get Reynolds. Reynolds doing a nice job. Good reverse layup, misses it, but good rebound by Barron. Barron gives it up to Smith. Smith pushing it all the way up over to LaValle. LaValle trying to find Ben LaValle. Nick trying to find Ben, but threw it away, and it'll be Chazy ball, and the press is on by the Bobcats. Ball inside to Valigi, back to Lapierre, out to Tremblay. Tremblay running the floor, passes it back over to Valigi. Valigi back to Tremblay. Tremblay squares up. He misses it, rebound by Lapierre. Lapierre has the ball stolen away from him. And a frustration foul on Andrew Lapierre. And that's the fourth that I'm aware of. And we're in a 1-on-1 situation with 5 minutes and 8 seconds here to go in the fourth quarter. And Tyler Smith going to the line for a 1-on-1. And a big bucket by Smith, and he increases the NAC lead to 36-31 with 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. He makes the second one, and it's a 6-point NAC lead, the biggest lead of the game for the Bobcats. Lapierre with the ball gets it out to Tremblay. Tremblay pushes up top of the key to Valigi. Valigi squares up, and Valigi nails the bucket. It's 37-33. NAC with a 4-point lead. Tyler Smith bringing the ball up for the Bobcats. Smith gets it up over to LaValle. LaValle over to Ben LaValle. Nick to Ben, out to Smith. Knocked away by Bradley. Controlled by Smith. Lapierre trying to control. Lapierre has the ball thrown away, or throws it away. And Pete Patterson is into the game, and Barron is out of the game. Ball goes to the Bobcats. Fivison with the ball out to LaValle. LaValle gets it over to Patterson. Over to Smith. Good ball movement by the Bobcats. And rebound by the Bobcats. LaValle gets it over to Fivison. Fivison into Peterson. Peterson out to LaValle. Three-pointer. And rebound. It goes into Patterson. And he's fouled by Kyle Reynolds. And there's 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. 39-33 the Bobcats. Rebound by Bradley. He gets over to Valigi. Valigi out to Trombley. Trombley over to Bradley. Bradley over to Reynolds. Reynolds out to Trombley, inside to Bradley, and he's fouled, looks by Patterson. It is foul on number 21, Pete Patterson. Eagle ball underneath, they're down by 6. And the ball stolen, but knocked out of the hands of Patterson, so it'll go back to the Eagles. Outlet pass to Trombley at top of the key. Trombley throws it up, anybody's ball, turnover by the Eagles, and it's Patterson coming up. Out to LaValle. LaValle, Smith takes the shot, misses, rebound Bradley, pushes it up over to Valigi. Valigi on the fast break. He makes the bucket, and Chazy pulls within 4, 39-35. 3 minutes and 33 seconds here in the fourth quarter. The Bobcats with a 4-point lead. It is LaValle with the ball. Ben LaValle being guarded by Chris Valigi. Trombley steals the ball away from Fivison, and it is Trombley out to Lapierre. Lapierre has it knocked away, picked up by Kyle Reynolds. Reynolds crosses the center court out to Joey Bradley. Bradley goes reverse layup, 39-37, and we have a timeout. We have 3 minutes and 6 seconds here in the fourth quarter. Northern Adirondack leading the Eagles 39-37. And gets the ball into Smith. They're out from the timeout here. NAC by 2, and Smith trying to go baseline, and it'll be a blocking foul on Joey Bradley. It'll be a 1-on-1. Smith will go to the line for the Bobcats. And Smith, Tyler Smith misses the first bucket. Makes the second one. It's a 3-point NAC lead. Ball goes to Trombley. Trombley out to Valigi. Valigi over to Trombley. They call a jump ball. And the arrow favors the Bobcats. And LaValle with the ball. He pushes it up over to Smith. Smith being challenged. And it'll be NAC ball out underneath the Chazy basket with a 3-point lead. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Tyler Smith with the ball. Inside to LaValle. Stolen by Valigi. Valigi looking to run the course. And he's fouled by number 24, Nick LaValle. White ball underneath. Trombley with the ball. One baseline. Ball off Kyle Reynolds. 40 minutes or 40 to 37 NAC. 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Fiveson taking the ball out for the Bobcats. He gets it out to LaValle, back to Fiveson. Over to 13, Ben LaValle. LaValle back to Fiveson. Fiveson with the ball. Being challenged now by Chris Valigi. Inside to Patterson. And the ball comes up to Fiveson's hands. Into the paint. And nice play, and it is Patterson off the glass. Nice play by Pete Patterson to give NAC a 5-point lead with 2 minutes to go here. It goes to Lapierre. Lapierre out to Trombley. Trombley over to Reynolds. Reynolds with the ball. Out to Trombley. Trombley with the ball. And Trombley called for the travel. 42-37, a minute 48 here to go into the fourth quarter. The ball goes into Nick LaValle. LaValle gets it out to Fiveson. Fiveson with the ball, back over to LaValle. LaValle squares up, rebound by Reynolds. Reynolds out to Lapierre, out to Trombley. Here comes Trombley, good defensive by the Bobcats, and Bradley going up with it, and nice reverse by Joey Bradley. 42-39, it's a 3-point game, and Chazy looking to put the pressure on here. Ball goes out to LaValle. LaValle goes out to Peterson, good defense by Lapierre. And there's 27 on the shot clock, and it is Tyler Smith with the ball. And timeout called by Northern Adirondack. They have a 3-point lead, 42-39, with a minute 11 to go here into the fourth quarter. We're back, and the ball goes into Tyler Smith. Smith over to LaValle. Good ball movement by the Bobcats. Clock is in their favor, 15 on the shot clock. I'm sure the coach told him to work the clock down. And it is LaValle. Back over to Smith. Smith back to LaValle, 7 on the shot clock. Stolen by the Eagles. It is Reynolds. Ball stolen back. And Reynolds called for the foul. Eagles had a chance, and they turned it over. And we are in a 2 shots. We're in double fouls right now. That means they have over 10 fouls in the second half, so they'll go to the line for 2 instead of a 1-on-1. 51 seconds, and Ben LaValle has a chance to make this a 2-possession game. He misses the first one. Misses the second. Rebound by Lapierre over to Trombley. Trombley pushing it up over to Reynolds. Reynolds goes up, and nice play by Kyle Reynolds. It's now a 1-point game, 42-41. LaValle being guarded by Lapierre. Out to Smith, and it is Valigi fighting for the ball, and it's picked up by Fiveson. And timeout by NAC. 33 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Chazy down by 1, 42-41. We're back from the Northern Adirondack timeout. They're up by 1, 33.7 in the game, 27 on the shot clock. And Fiveson gets the ball into Smith. Smith being challenged, and they're going to the line for 2. And Lapierre fouls out of the game. Latchmore will get ready to check in. And it's 2 shots for Tyler Smith. Smith makes the first one. He makes the second one. Chazy down by 3. And timeout by the Eagles. Coach Bernard wants to talk this over. 44-41 Northern Adirondack. We have 30.4 seconds. We'll be back in just a moment. We're back, and it goes out to Reynolds. Reynolds taking the ball up. He's being guarded. Over to Bradley. Bradley out to Reynolds. Reynolds inside to Lattimore. Laviligi has it stolen away, and Fifield takes it away over to Patterson. Foul by Reynolds, and Chazy could not get a shot off. And Kyle Reynolds has fouled out of the game. And coming into the game is Paul Sweeney. We have 12.2 seconds to go here. NAC looks like they'll...
Put the final nail in the game.
Yeah, if he makes this one here, if Patterson makes this one, it looks like NAC will win the second game of the Holiday Classic here tonight. He does, and it's looking good for the Bobcats. In the earlier game, it was Northeastern beating Seton Catholic by 30. And it looks like NAC will win this game here tonight as they lead 45-41 with 12.2 to go. And it's actually 46-41, a 5-point Northern Adirondack lead. It is Valigi pushing it out over to Sweeney. Sweeney going up, takes the shot, rebound. Trombley goes up with the shot. He missed it. Bradley goes up. Bradley makes the bucket. It's 46-43 with 1.3 to go. And they're calling, that's the game. Game done, 46-43. And what they do is they stop the bucket after the basket. Game done. It's 46-43. NAC wins the game, the Holiday Tournament. It's the 21st of December 2007. The second game of the Holiday Tournament. Chazy falls to the Bobcats 46-43. As Sam and Calvin like to say, that's the way it was in beautiful downtown Chazy.